Hey everybody, Jeremy here. Welcome to episode 55 of Action Figure Window Shopping, where I take a look at some cool toys and collectibles that were revealed over the past week, and then I show you and share my thoughts about those with you. And we always start things off with McFarlane Toys if they have something to reveal, and they did this week. Let's see what the latest reveal is. It's Superboy. It's Con-El Superboy. I think that's Con-El. Is it Con-El? Is it Cone-El? I don't know, but it's Superboy. Stupid, sexy Superboy. So he's going to be coming out soon. And just why did they choose this picture? I mean, just look at some of these comments. That cake, though. I mean, right? Proper cake. You now know what you did with this camera angle. He is the whole bakery. McFarlane never changed. But anyway, this is our Superboy donning that leather jacket. And I do know that some people were saying, like, the S is supposed to be yellow. It's not supposed to be red and yellow. It's supposed to just be yellow. And I think I've seen McFarlane explain at one point during an interview about how you kind of give a little creative freedom to the artists to interpret these figures the way that works best for them, not getting too far away from the source material. But if they want to make a little tweak here and there, that's something that they're allowed to do. So while this might not be the exact version of this Superboy that you may have seen before, or you're used to seeing, or you've seen in a particular comic book or whatever, they do have a little bit of flexibility to kind of just make things their own, which is why sometimes things don't quite look the way that we feel that they should look. So I don't really think that it's an oversight. It's really more of a creative decision. But anyway, that being said, Superboy. And man, why did they do this? I don't know. It's funny. But anyway, that's the first reveal. The second reveal is this armored back Batman from Kingdom Come. This guy looks awesome. I love the way that bat symbol just expands the entire chest. And we are getting some wings. Okay, so these wings fold kind of like the Batman that we got with the Hellbat suit. That was one of the first big McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figures, and it really got a lot of people's attention because of those massive wings and the Superman Unchained figure. Was that the name of the Superman Unchained? I think, where he was wearing that armor, and he also had some wings as well. So this is going to be one that definitely stands out on the shelf, and certainly one that I have my eyes on. Just kind of looking at those legs there, you can see how they do look somewhat robotic in nature. You see like you see where my mouse is? See how there's like a little gap right there in the legs? And there's another little gap right there in the legs. You usually don't see that in regular Batman figures, but because this is an armored suit, maybe something you can get away with, but it's definitely a cool looking figure. And I love big figures with big wings, and I got a spot for him. Yeah, he can go right up top with the other winged Batman and Superman figures. And then the last reveal from them this week is this Catwoman figure. So this is Catwoman from Nightfall, donning the classic purple suit and the long, bushy, flowing hair. And we're going to be getting that whip as well. So sort of a more traditional-ish kind of a Catwoman with that purple suit there. So that's a cool reveal as well. So that was pretty much it from McFarlane Toys. Looking here at their Instagram page, and then we just kind of start going back into things from next week. I did do a review on this Starro Build-A-Figure, since all of the Crime Syndicate figures are now, they all been released. So if you do have all of them, you can put together this Starro, and if you are lacking one of them, hopefully it's just Power Ring, because you can find him in Target. Now let's take a look at some updates from NECA Toys on some upcoming TMNT pre-orders. I was kind of surprised to get this email, but according to them, they're currently shipping the Toka and Razor 2-pack, the Secret of the Ooze accessory set, and the Secret of the Ooze Turtles 4-pack in VHS packaging. So, according to them, they are shipping right now. Look at that. Now, I didn't think that the Secret of the Ooze 4-pack would be shipping yet. I thought that it would just come out sometime in early 2023, but it's shipping right now. That is one that I pre-ordered a while ago. So whenever that does come in, I'm definitely going to be doing a video about that. And here's some other updates for the Turtle Van that's still Q1 2023. And just let you know that January to March is Q1, April to June is Q2, July to September is Q3, and October to December is Q4. So I cannot wait to get my hands on those 4-pack turtles from TMNT 2, The Secret of the Ooze. All right, so keep on the lookout for that. And here's a look just in case you wanted to see what these guys look like. All right, so speaking of TMNT, here are some figures that you can actually get right now because they are in stock, and I'm just using Big Bad Toy Store because it's the easiest to go to and the easiest to navigate and to see. So here's the TMNT Ultimate Casey Jones, the Mirage Comics version that you can pick up for $37.99. And then they also have the Universal Monsters line. Did reviews on almost all of them so far. I never did the one with Raphael, but I do have them. But this is the April O'Neil, which in my opinion so far has been the most disappointing figure out of the bunch because it just doesn't have the style that the other ones have. But here's the Fugitoid that was a Target exclusive. Some months back, you can only get it there, but now you can get it here and everywhere else. And then some other Mirage figures. Slash has always been there. So just kind of go down the line, see if there's anything that you might be interested in. The Michelangelo as the Mummy is a great figure. There's the Raphael as Frankenstein's monster. If you wanted to get this loot crate that had Danny as the figure, you can get it for $139.99 from the first movie. I was not a fan of Danny. I'm a Kino guy, so I don't need that. But yeah, here's just some more looks at some other figures that you may be able to get. And then you can also keep your eye on costumes.com. Let me show you something from there. So costumes.com is a site that NECA has a hand in, and you can pick up some collectibles and toys from there as well if they have them in stock. Know that some people have been picking up some figures that they long thought were no longer available for a decent price because you just don't see them in stores anymore. But you can come on here and try to find some of these things. So like, for example, here is the 8-inch Home Alone Harry figure. You can get that for $34.99. If you're into Team Fortress 2, I love Team Fortress 2. If you want to get the sniper, you can pick that up. Some are in stock, some are not in stock. Here's a look at this Nathan Drake figure, one that I'm sure you haven't seen in stores in a long time. It's there as well. Predators, RoboCop, Terminators. I mean, just they're here. They're here, and these prices are not bad either. But you might not be able to get everything because some things are in stock, some things are not in stock. But dude, do you remember this Pacific Rim, this Gypsy Danger and Leatherback 2-pack for $60? I mean, these are old figures, and it's great to be able to see them. Here's the RoboCop versus Terminator RoboCop. $32.99. So be sure that you keep an eye on this site, costumes.com, to find some figures because they've got some surprises here. So I'm just going to go down a little bit here, see if there's anything that you might be interested in. I mean, look, Planet Terror, Grindhouse. Haven't seen these figures in ages. It's like they went through an old vault and was like, yo, look at all these figures that we never sold. Let's put them up on costumes.com. Back to the Future stuff here. Let's look at some more results. I'm just kind of enjoying myself for a second. I'm surprised that so many of these things are in stock. Look at this Gypsy Danger right here, the Battle Damage Gypsy Danger and the regular Gypsy Danger. All these guys are in stock too. And then once we get to the end here, here's some ones that were in stock but are no longer. It's the Sarah Connor and John Connor 2-pack. That's a great set. The well, look at this. The TMNT musical mutagen tour figures were here for 125 bucks. They even had some Team Fortress 2 figures from the Demo Man and the Pyro were here at 1.2, but these are all sold out. But still, it's a pretty good treasure trove of older figures in case you don't want to pay inflated eBay prices. You can find them right here on costumes.com, and it's good and official. All right, so I'm going to bounce back to bigbadtoystore.com. From Diamond Select Toys, I saw this Mace Windu figure from the Clone Wars, and it looks really good. It's a bust. It's not a figure. It is a bust, 1/7 scale bust, and that is a really good representation of the animated Mace Windu. You get the purple lightsaber. That is a great expression right there. I think it looks good. $90 coming out in May of next year. It's 8 inches from to the tip of the lightsaber. 8 inches, made of resin, so it's not plastic. Limited edition to 3,000 pieces. It's a great look at Mace Windu. And then I also came across this Jean-Claude Van Damme deluxe figure, also from Diamond Select Toys, in April of next year for a very reasonable $24.99. And look at that expression. And that's such a great expression. The only thing about this figure and I think it's kind of weird is I feel like the arms are like big, like too big. But I'm willing to forgive a lot of that because it's only $24.99, and I love that expression with the blood coming down from his nose. And then it also has an alternate head, which I am not a fan of this alternate head. Here's the alternate head right here. I don't really like this head. Don't really like that. Definitely this one. Not so much that one. You know, it looks a lot more Jean-Claude Van Damme to me. Okay, so this is the movie inspired figure. Features Van Damme in his underground fight gear, black and yellow trunks, bandaged hands, and over 20 points of articulation with an interchangeable screaming head. Sculpted by John St. John. It's 9 inches. It's a pretty darn good size. So yeah, for $24.99, awesome. Bloodsport, baby. Let's see what else we got here. From the world of Dragon Ball, we got some new Ichiban Show figures for pre-order, and what caught my attention is the Ginyu Force. So you get all the Ginyu Force here: Captain Ginyu, Raccoon, Birder, Jace, and Goldo. But the disappointing thing about these figures is that they are not articulatable. So you can't do the Ginyu Force pose, which is like the main reason why I would want to get all members of the Ginyu Force so I can just pose them in their Ginyu Force pose. It would have been cool if they came pre-posed in that stand. So I kind of encourage you to get the rest, but no, what you see is what you get. So they're fairly expensive, except for Goldo. He's smaller, so he doesn't cost as much. But for the larger figures like Raccoon here, $83.99. He's 11 inches though, you know, so that's pretty big. That's pretty big. I believe Goldo is 4 inches. Yeah, he's 4.3 inches. And then we have Birder. He's going to be on the taller side, 11.4 inches. Most of these guys were tall. And then Captain Ginyu, 10 inches. So they're not small figures. So, you know, for that price, I can kind of see, but I don't understand the discrepancy between like Raccoon and Captain Ginyu. See, Captain Ginyu is $62.99, but Raccoon and Birder are $83.99, almost $20 more for these two. And is it because they're 2 inches taller? And then you have Jace here, who they don't say how big he is, but he's going to be taller than Goldo, but smaller than everybody else, and he's $46.99. These prices are weird. But anyway, you get the whole Ginyu Force, and then we have some other figures up here for pre-order. King Cold, Frieza. We get Piccolo from Dragon Ball Superhero with his potential unleashed. And speaking of potential unleashed, here's a spoiler for Dragon Ball Superhero. I think long enough has passed. From Tamashii Nations. Here's a first look at Son Gohan Beast Gohan. So if you've seen the movie, you know what this is about. So they got two photos of him, one closer than the other. So they say that more information and pictures from the actual display to come. This was posted on November the 17th, so just a few days ago. But he looks great. This is the only figure that I've seen in the figure form or statue form that features Beast Gohan. So hopefully we can see some cool statues sometime soon. But yep, this is one of the newest additions to the SH Figure Arts line of Dragon Ball figures. Looks really cool. So that's pretty much all the figures that I want to show you guys this week. But before I wrap this up, just on a more serious note, in case you didn't know, you probably do, but unfortunately, Jason David Frank passed away. It was confirmed today on Sunday. He was 49 years old, and unfortunately, he took his own life. We know him best from Power Rangers. He was the Green Ranger. He was the White Ranger. He was some other Rangers as well. But growing up, the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, they were the coolest Rangers, you know, and everybody wanted to be Tommy because Tommy was just the coolest ever. And you just never know what somebody's going through. So to kind of wrap this up, I just wanted to say for anyone who might need it or anyone who might know someone who may need it, if they have thoughts or if you have thoughts of self-harm or worthlessness or anything like that, you know, there are resources out there that can help you. The most popular one and the one that I would definitely recommend is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can dial 988. So it's not even a complicated 1-800 number anymore. It's just 988. And if you don't want to talk to someone on the phone, I get it. You know, who wants to talk on the phone these days? You can also text them. You can also come to the website 988lifeline.org and you can chat with someone here online on their website. And they'll be able to provide you with the guidance and the reassurance that you deserve. And just know that, you know, you're not alone. You know, you're not worthless. You know, the world will not be a better place without you. Just know that if you're going through something and you're thinking about, you know, taking your own life or hurting yourself or anything like that, just know that that's not the best way to go. You are worth it. You matter. And a lot of people out there feel the exact same way. So just spread the word in case you know someone or if you find yourself in this situation as well, because you're needed here on planet Earth. All right. So with that, everyone, that is the end of Action Figure Window Shopping episode 55. And as usual, if you want to see any additional videos that I have done, check over there because that's where they're going to be. You can be able to click on those and check it out. And I will see you next week with another episode of Action Figure Window Shopping. So until then, take care of yourself, take care of your neighbors and your friends and family, and I'll see you next week.